Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to today's topic. Today we'll be specifically focusing on a very sensitive topic. We'll be touching on one of the many disorders that we, as teachers, and of course, other professionals in different fields that, of course, work with people get to face. Now, I'm going to start talking about the learning app. So, after this lesson, I'll be expected that we'll be able to deal with different learners and different disorders, to understand and know that everyone is equal and the same. To know that these different disorders, of course, some of them come from birth and, of course, from we need to understand that there's ways to deal and control these disorders. So, introduction. Now, as I said at the beginning of the topic, that this is a very sensitive topic. That in order for us as teachers to make learners feel included in each and every classroom and in each and every lesson that we put out in class, we have to be very tolerant. We have to be very loving and caring and understand, all the gorgeous, nice, and soft words. Um, because we are expected to be more than just teachers. That is just the mere fact, and the fact that's not going to change. That we are expected to be more than just teachers. So, what are we talking about today? Anyway, we're talking about ADHD, also known as attention deficient hyperactive disorder. What is this disorder? This disorder, normally children are born with it. It's in the neural system of a human being now. So it's but was born with it, just with the gene. So that's what it is. So there is three types that we come along to deal with. One of them being the predominantly inactive. Now, it fails to those fail to follow instructions, they fail to finish tasks. Now you get the hyperactive ones, those like to run around non-stop, and then you get the combination of both. So then you get three. So what causes this? As I said, you get this of when you are born, and of course, there's still researches that have been done by scientists. You know, like little weight when you're born with very small weight, or you're born very small, premature. This might be one of the reasons. Now, what are the symptoms? You find that for these students or these learners or these type of people with this type of disorder, they have trouble multitasking, trouble listening. They can't finish the task on time. They're always behind. They panic easy, and most of the time when these things start being a bit destructive, then they can reach that goal. Now, then, how do we then deal with these situations? How do we then take these symptoms and bring them into class and control so that we are able to control the environment or the classroom? Now, because they are hyperactive, they want to do something, they want to be there, it's it's very it's a norm to give them those kind of activities that will challenge our brain, and of course physical activity. You have to encourage them to eat healthy, just to keep their system working, the neural nervous system working, you know. So, but there's over the years, because this has become something that has been diagnosed over and over and over again. So researchers and doctors are now developing a way to reduce these symptoms, or to reduce, therefore, this behavior. So they allow, therapy where these people, or people with, these particular disorders, or in this case, ADDH, go to therapy. They're encouraged to take part in sport, you know, so that their nervous system, therefore, is always occupied, and they do not get to that destructive to be kept busy. And of course, there's medication as well that they can take, like anxiety pills. Like, if you know people that have anxiety, when that strikes, there's a pill they take. So they also, people with ADHD have pills to take, just to, to is to do something very quickly. Now, how do we then, us as teachers, deal with these different people? Now, we have to understand that at the back of our mind, yes, because they have all these different things. Some in class might have a very poor background. They might leave home not having eaten. One might be bullied in school and is scared to come to school early. They want to get there late when the other one, or when the bully is already in class. So there's different issues that we have to partake in. And therefore we have to then include, or therefore create an inclusive classroom as Ubuntu, umuntu ngabantu, a person is a person with other people. We have to teach students or learners and everyone in the environment that everyone is equal. And so when you're doing activities and whatever that is we're doing in class, at that point, we have to do something that at the back of our minds, we know that it will be beneficial in this way and in that way. So they'll always, and of course, you cannot create those kind of activities for each and every different learner that there is. But at least the inclusion, having to now and then do a different activities that include these different type of people and other learners, of course, partaking in the activities without them knowing that the activity was specifically created for these type of learners. So those are the type of things that we as teachers have to deal with. Then always we have to be very positive and smiling. When you're talking, or when you're giving a lesson to a class, students would, or learners would want to answer, but at the same time, they wouldn't be sure if their answer is correct. So we, as teachers, is our responsibility, therefore, to make the learners understand that there is no wrong answer. People with ADTH are very hyper. So they always want to say something, do something, say something, do something. So the more they boxed in, and they're not let in to say and do whatever they want to say, it then becomes a problem, because they'll then start talking to the neighbor or to the nearest learner and the dad and that, and then they'll start being chaos in the classroom, and a different group of learners laughing in the corner and so forth. Cities that need to be built around the class, that needs to include everyone. And that is what social pedagogy teaches us anyway, that we have to bring all these different factors, all these different things into the classroom and into each and every lesson. That is why we learn, and that is why we always have to be positive and always give positive feedback. to the learner so that they understand that, yes, the answer might not be correct now, but if you look at it this way, it might just be correct. But anyway, I will not be wasting much of your time. Let's get to my conclusion now. What then and how then do we learners understand other learners or learners with ADHD? We, but I said to just, people are the same, regardless of gender, race, whatever, everybody is the same. So we just need to create that sort of environment that everybody is the same and that we should love each other. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. We've come to the end of it. Hopefully, we will see each other again. Thank you so much.